Hi, welcome to Numerology Tarot. I'm Juju, and this is going to be a general reading for the zodiac sign Libra for the first half of March 2021. So you could have Libra in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and Mars, or you could just be cross-watching for Libra, or you're just pulled or you're guided towards this reading in my channel. Please keep in mind, everything is subject to free will, yours and anyone who's involved. It does not have to solely pertain to love. It can be any area of your life, past, current, or coming towards you in the future. Please also remember that everything is subject to, like I said, the free will, yours and everyone else's, but also the will of the divine. Whether you believe it or not, no one is free from the law of cause and effect. Additionally, or fate. Please always use this term when watching tarot reading on YouTube and or getting personal readings. Please do not make any life-altering or life-changing decisions based on readings. Okay. Let's see. Spirit, can you please show me? Obviously, cross-watcher, if you're here checking in on a Libra, you might have to swap the roles out. Libra, same thing for you. Only take what resonates, and if it doesn't, don't try to make it fit. Okay. Check your other placements. Let's see. Spirit, show me Libra first half of March 2021. Show me Libra, please. Show me Libra. Show me Libra, please. Okay, we have distorted desire. Consciousness desire rarely satisfies the unconscious need driving it. Okay. Then you also have false beliefs. Once the untruths that we believe about ourselves are illuminated, so are the ways we can release the false limitations that confuse us too. Air energy. That is you, Libra, the owl. But also too, it looks like this woman is running from the light being shown on deeper wounds. Okay, so these distorted desires come from an unconscious, possibly. Some of them may be conscious, but I feel like most of them may be unconscious false beliefs that you have about yourself and about your world. I get a lot of self-defeating inner dialogue, but also I'm getting here a lot of blaming others instead of taking personal accountability. Now, obviously, if something goes on when we're children, we can't help that. That's not our fault, right? If we leave it unhealed as an adult, though, however, it is, because we have to deal with these things, or we will unconsciously keep repeating and acting from those inner, deeper child wounds over and over and over in a cyclical pattern. Some of us come out of it, some of us don't, and that's okay. No judgment towards anybody, but I feel here that it's time. You're being called by the divine to deal with it. You're either going to be dragged. You can't. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. Okay. You take how you want to take this. You cannot get on to what you're meant to do. Okay, with whatever that is. That could be something spiritual. That could be something. It could be anything. Whatever you're meant to do. Your promise. Okay, your promise to humanity. What you came here for. Okay. If you're acting from a place of consciousness of lack, distorted desires, blame shifting, false beliefs about self and the world, false beliefs also maybe even in what you actually believe. I also feel like here somebody, okay, this may not be for everybody, but there's a Libra out there who is, well, not balanced, but also there's there's another Libra out there who is easily malleable, easily convinced of false realities. Because it's easier to believe that than it is to believe the actual truth about what happened. Okay? Anything else, please? Anything else just for Libra? Let me get one more. You're turning your back on your greatest gifts here. If you're running away from the light to be shown on those wounds, you're turning your back on your path. which is, you can do that. I mean, I do believe in free will. I do believe, though, we can only but go so far off the path. And some people, a little less than that. Before things, there are things that are meant to happen. There are, like, how do I say this? Fated events, right? We can go, but so far off the path. But if you're turning your back completely from your path, from even dealing with your spiritual growth and your, obviously that's a choice you have. Be prepared. Be prepared to be dragged. Okay? And that's not to scare you. That's not to put, Spirit wants me to say that. It's not to put fear in you. It's to let you know. A little heads up here. You might want to reconsider or at least reevaluate, about your path and about looking at those deeper wounds. There's a lot of stuff in the shadow. Okay? Give me one more for Libra, please. All right, thank you. Yeah. You have enough. You were born enough. I feel, now, I'm not a psychologist. I am not a doctor, and I'm not a therapist. Okay? I feel more of your energy here. I feel like this, it talks about wisdom. What is wisdom? It's knowledge plus experience. Okay? I'm also going to say it's also acknowledgement equals wisdom. I feel like this is the false belief that not that you aren't enough, but that you are not enough. This is what you need. This is what we're trying to turn. Okay? Okay? Your energy of air, so clarity and truth. And Libra energy, I think Libras are awesome. They're very fair. They're very intelligent. They're very diplomatic. They love beauty. They love warmth. They love love. They like art. Very highly intelligent and very sensitive beings. Very sensitive creatures. When they are not balanced, they're dangerous to themselves and others. Somebody here is really acting out of a deep, deep, deep wound of feeling not enough or not good enough and a constant sense of rejection. When in reality, the truth is you are enough. You've always been enough. You will always be enough. You were born with intrinsic value. You will always have that. No one can ever take that from you. You can't get here unless you turn back around and go and look at what your shadow self is trying to show you with that light here. You see, there's a light here on this path. You're turning away from it. Doesn't matter gender. You could be a man. Doesn't matter gender identity, preferences, or orientation. Okay, there's a feminine wounding here. Okay, whether you're a man or a woman. I'm going to say also masculine wounding as well. There's a wounding from family of origin here. And you're not wanting to go down this path. There's a light there. Your shadow, the shadow side of yourself is trying. That's where you're going to find your greatest gifts and your greatest comfort. Your inner child is screaming. And when I feel like somebody here has a lot of emotional outbursts, like someone gets kind of aggressive or cops an attitude or really passive aggressive, blaming, victim. Someone's got a lot of victim mentality. Someone does not take personal accountability or responsibility for themselves and what they do to other people. And so what they do is when something happens, they blame them and they expect everybody to give them sympathy, but they're not doing anything to fix it themselves. No one's going to fix it for you, Libra. Okay, I kind of feel like this is strictly I got to pull tarot, but I feel like this is strictly for Libra. I don't feel like the cross watchers are in here. Or, cross watchers, you could be dealing with a Libra and maybe you're trying to understand them. I'm going to say this, cross watcher, if you are dealing with a Libra and they're this imbalanced, they got to walk this journey on their own. Obviously, this is your life. You decide, but they got to walk this on their own. No amount of loving them into loving themselves is ever going to work. Don't enable them. Don't enable them. Libra, this could be somebody that you're dealing with as well. This may not even be you. This could be someone you're dealing with. But nevertheless, somebody, either you, Libra, or someone you're dealing with, is very, very imbalanced and quite a danger to themselves and to others. They need to get professional help. Crosswatcher or Libra, whomever this is in your life, or if it's not you yourself, you need to get professional help. Okay, that doesn't mean you're wrong. That doesn't mean you're bad. That doesn't mean you're crazy. No, it means that it's time to heal. And doing that deeper shadow work is difficult, especially if there's been a lot of trauma or trauma that's been repressed or things that are really, really hard to talk about. But they got to be talked about. The inner child must have a voice, and it must be heard. I feel like somebody here wasn't heard or believed about what was going on. So by you abandoning and not doing this work, Libra or Crosswatcher, you are abandoning yourself. You're rejecting yourself. It's time to be the parent or parents that you never got and that you deserved. It's time for you to do that. It's time for reparenting. In addition to that, it's time to care for you. I get a feeling here that there was a lot of blockages around communication. I also feel that somebody just really wasn't heard, like, at all. Somebody was very invisible, or someone learned how to know when something bad was coming. To either somebody that was hiding a lot. Someone either hid from the abuse, like they would physically hide, or they almost like detached themselves from the abuse, like physically and spiritually, and blacked it out. I don't want to go too far into that because that's super personal for whomever I'm reading for. I don't want to talk about it because it's not my place to talk about. Nevertheless, please, okay, for your sake and for the sake of others around you, that doesn't mean you're bad. It means that it's time. It's really time for healing. It is desperately needed. Your inner child is screaming. I can hear it. Like there is like a tantrum going on. That doesn't mean you're like a child and you're throwing a tantrum. No. That means your inner child is ready to burst. Okay? Because it's not been heard. It's been ignored and neglected and forgotten about and overlooked and not cared for. And you're going to keep on acting from that spot. It'll be you will continue unconscious patterns, okay? Inner childhood wounds we consciously repeat over and over and over. So there's a saying, when the pain, what is it? How's it go? Let me think a minute. When the pain of not changing outweighs the pain of change, that's when you change. So when the pain of you not changing is so overwhelming, you can't ignore it anymore, you'll accept that changing is going to be painful and you'll start down that path. But not before then. Crosswatcher, you can't make this Libra do it. Libra, if this isn't you, you can't make that other person do it. They have to do it on their own. Also, I'm getting a sense here, Libra, because of this, you like to be in control of things. You like to really be in control of things. A lot. But that's not, you can't control everything. And living like that, okay, is not only codependent, it's hella toxic and can make you manipulative whether you realize it or not. It can make you very manipulative whether you realize it or not. And no one wants to be around somebody who wants to control them. Okay, so it's time to get balanced. It's time to take radical accountability, radical responsibility, and do the work, or not, and suffer. But there's no one coming to save you. You have to do it yourself. You have to also make the choice yourself. But your guides, your ancestors, spirit animals as well, your inner child, they're screaming at you to do it. You are enough. You need to hear this. You need to hear this. I don't know how many times I need to tell you this. You need to hear this. You are enough. You were always born enough. You will always be enough. You will never not be enough. Hear it. For some of you, I can already feel it. You all screaming. Y'all already screaming and saying, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm triggering somebody or somebody's or a bunch of different Libras right now. I can feel it. I'm triggering the hell out of somebody right now. You are enough. You can throw a tantrum. But you are enough. It doesn't change the fact. It doesn't change it. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can deny. There's nothing you can do that will ever change your intrinsic value that you were absolutely born with. That you are enough. You always were and always will be. You have to believe it. And if you choose not to, you'll suffer. But that's nobody's fault but your own. Because you choose not. You're turning away from doing the work. You're running away from doing the inner work. You don't want to hear this message. Fine, click off. I don't care. I'm only here for the people who are ready to actually do some shit with themselves and their lives. Wish you all the best, though. It's nobody's fault but yours. Now, as an adult. Now, when you were a kid, it wasn't your fault. You didn't cause it. It wasn't your fault. It will never be your fault what happened to you as a kid. Period. Point blank, period. As an adult, it is your responsibility to take care of it, though. It is your responsibility to heal. Okay? It isn't your fault what happened as a kid, but it is your responsibility now as an adult to deal with it. Or if you choose not to, stay stuck, get dragged, and be miserable. But there's no one coming to save you. This is a journey you have to choose on your own. And at a certain point, you kind of get pushed a little bit because things start happening in rapid succession over and over, and it gets more and more painful, more and more painful, until it lays you flat on your stomach, face first, to deal with it. And that's a very difficult spot to be in. I know. I've been there before. Because of my stubbornness. So the false beliefs, okay, says, again, I'm going to read it. Once the untruth that we believe about ourselves are illuminated, so are the ways we can release the false limitations that confine us too. You are, how do I say this? You're only as sick as your secrets and those that you keep for others, meaning what was done in the past. Okay? Your guides are wrapping their wings around you, okay? You are protected. You are safe to heal. No one's going to do it for you, though. Okay? Use wisdom. Seek actual help. Okay. Okay. For some reason, they want me to pull, I don't know, I guess I'm pulling only Oracle for you guys today, but okay. They want me to pull Divine Circus. I feel like some of you might really resonate with, like, I don't know, not clowns, but like, what are they called? You might like the movie The Joker a lot or something, but there's something, it's not that, it's like a court jester or like a jester or like kind of trickster energy. I don't really feel like trickster energy is really bad. I feel like it is a medicine, okay? So it's good within limitation, but it also can balance out really serious things. So, okay. I don't know, there might be some people who are indigenous Americans or like Native Americans that might resonate with the Heyoka. Okay? I'm not going to go into it what that is right now. You might want to look that up. But they want me to pull this. Okay. So we're going to pull it. Okay. All right. What did you want to say with this, Spirit? Oh, okay. Now, I also, too, they want me to say this. Now, okay. Somebody here uses laughter or jokes or makes jokes about themselves to deal with emotional pain. Which, I don't know if that's like an air sign thing, but it might be. Someone laughs a lot at themselves or situations to deal with the pain and the trauma. Okay, it's time to get serious, though. There is a time and place for that. And it's good to sometimes laugh at ourselves. But it's also good to be serious about things, too. Okay, anything else, please? Someone also might have a grandiose idea about their purpose, too. And I don't know who this is for, but somebody here may have an overinflated, almost like savior complex about their mission. And they need to make sure they check the motivations and the agenda behind what you're doing. And I don't know if this is for everybody. I don't know why that's coming in pretty strong. Somebody here needs to hear that, though. Whomever's watching it, whomever will watch it on YouTube, somebody needs to hear it. Someone might also use like spirituality as a means to control others or to get attention. Or something about that. Slow down. Hold on. Sorry. Slow down. Okay, you can't be too much in the spirituality. You also got to be practical too. This has been coming around for Libras for a little bit. Okay? Also, someone was manipulating people through spirituality to get money for a funding for something else, for a project or something. You cannot do that. You will be dragged, okay? Yeah, but that's your business. That ain't mine. Whomever that's for. Okay. Somebody also, if they listen to their guides, they need to question who their guides are or what the spirit says. Somebody here needs to question who they're talking to. You must always test them. Even if you don't say it out loud, you can say it in your mind like I do. You don't have to do it that way. But you can, whatever way works for you is the best. But sometimes you've got to do that. You got to make sure. And they won't acknowledge, if someone's very intrusive in energy that comes in, they won't acknowledge what you're saying to them, and they just want to talk, and they won't acknowledge you, then they don't need to be there. There's something wrong with them. The energy is distorted. Big time. You can deal with that or not. It's up to you. Okay. Why did you want to use these cards, please? Why did you, for Libra, and your crossroads, why did you want to use these cards? Show me Libra then. Okay, we have Quest of Honor. What'd I say? Distorted Desire, Quest of Honor. I almost feel like I'm going to read the book on this, but number 22 talks about self-mastery for me. It talks about mastering the self. You can't go and do these things that you think you want to do or that maybe you're being called to until you've mastered yourself and your emotions. That doesn't mean you don't ever get angry. You don't have any, any upsets or nothing. No, it means that you are able to get back to center and balance yourself out. And that you take accountability for yourself. Any actions that you take or lack thereof. Okay? All right. Anything else, please? Why'd you want to be here? Why'd you want to... What is this about? Show me Libra, please. Someone... Okay. Are you doing what you're doing for the right reasons? Again, please, and I'm not judging anyone for their motivations or anything like that. Make sure that you know why it is you're doing what you're doing. Okay. We have Cherry on Top, number 26. And then we also have Princess Victorious here. Doesn't matter if you're a male or not. And this says loser on her hand. Someone silenced you, and someone might have called you a loser a lot when you were a kid, and that's not true. It's not true. Some of you actually could be saying, oh, it's cherry on top for me today. You need to hear this. Or don't. And if you don't want to hear it, that's fine. You can always click off. Okay? Somebody here needs to hear this. I feel like somebody here might have been like a class clown, did a lot of jokes, made a lot of jokes, did a lot of things for attention too. I get very strong attention seeking because someone was so horrifically ignored and neglected and abused. It's like nothing you ever did was right. You were always told that you were wrong, and the only attention you did get was abuse. And that's not your fault. When you're a kid, that's not your fault. It is your responsibility as an adult, though, to fix it if you choose to. And if you choose not to, then please understand, expect the same things over and over and over and over, and more rapidly and more painful. And you got to make this choice for yourself. No one will do it for you. No one will do the work for you. You have to be committed solely to that process of healing. And it is a self-discovery. It is a self-acceptance. It is difficult, messy, and dirty doing shadow work. It is not pretty. It's not. And it's not easy. It is, and we do it multiple times throughout our life when it's time. But if you really refuse, and I'm not scared, if you really refuse, that's okay. You can choose that. But be prepared to get dragged. Let's see. I don't know. I guess they want me to use these, just these today. I don't know. I do want to pull Oracle, but we'll see. I mean, not Oracle, but Tarot. But if for some reason they really want this to come through like this, someone really, 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 really needs this message. If this doesn't resonate with you, cross-watcher and or Libra, but you know somebody who is a Libra and or someone who just needs to hear this message, please share it with them, because I feel like it might actually help somebody. Someone needs this right now. Someone's really suffering. And I'm not trying to come down on anybody who is, okay? A little bit of tough love, okay? A little bit can go a long way sometimes. Where is this? Okay. All right. Honoring, guest of honor. It says, have you ever felt like you were on the outside looking in? Okay, I'm starting over. Have you ever felt like you were the outside looking in, maybe like everyone else has found their place, really belonging to someone or something, having set themselves up for life, with you still working out how to just get past the security guards at the front gate? It's time for your outsider status to change. You are invited into the inner circle, but you're running away from it. You have a desire to be included and wanted, and I feel like that's natural, okay? But when the moment you're invited, the moment you are, hey, come in, you run away from it. So what is anyone's, now I'm not going to say for all situations, but why do you do that? And then you get upset that you didn't get included. Okay, it feels like, really like an imbalance there, okay? All right. It says an affirmation here. Every door I wish to open for me does so at the perfect time and in the perfect way. I am invited to all that life has to offer, and I accept it with joy in my heart. You have to believe that you're enough for it. Okay? You have to understand that you do deserve those things. Until you believe that you do, and you start taking some steps towards that, even if it's a small step, it don't have to be a big one, it could be a small one. Any step forward is a step forward, regardless of how big or small. Or in between, okay? Until that, you're going to manifest, keep manifesting closed doors, closed opportunities. Also, too, it might be where it is pushing you into dealing with some stuff. It might actually be pushing you into dealing with some stuff. Okay? Okay, they're saying that it's to keep you from outrunning yourself. Or to try to keep you from trying to outrun yourself, because it's time. It's time. I keep hearing that. It's time. This is meant to happen this way, and it's time. The appointed time has arrived, and it's time to deal. It's the time to deal with it. Okay? This is something you were meant to deal with, so you can get where you're supposed to be going. You're doing something. You're going to be doing something too. But until you can deal with some of this, and it's the appointed time, okay? You don't want to pass this. You don't want to pass this point in time because you'll repeat the cycle again. You are so close to success. Okay? To the final attainment, to all your efforts coming together perfectly. All that remains for you to do now is one final step. One last choice, commitment, attitude, or action, or your success will be and your success will be complete and sweet, sweeter than ice cream sundae with a cherry on top. No one's going to make you take, this is a part of your journey. Again, this is appointed time. This is a part of your path. This is what is meant to happen. This is part of your destiny. This is fated events. You're running away from it. Why? Because this is where we got to deal with the false beliefs and thinking that you weren't enough, because you are. And you can, but no one's going to make you or do it for you. Okay, so the affirmation is, my efforts come together now in perfect timing and perfect grace. See? I felt that. Someone felt that in their heart. I felt that. I felt that. It's time. Cannot run fate. Okay. So let's go to Princess Victoria's. Okay. Before we even go there, I do feel like you might have been overindulged and underindulged, and then neglected and then praised. But you were never just allowed to be you. Yeah. Okay. You only got attention if you were either showing out or doing good. Or what, it was love was very conditional growing up. Very conditional. It says, you're being asked to be a big picture person for the moment. Sometimes immediate gratification has to give way for a grander scheme unfolding, which will ultimately lead you to far greater and more meaningful success. What seems to be a delay, an obstacle, a loss, or even failure now is a twist in the plot of your life, fate, necessary for your gracious destiny, told you, to unfold according to a higher plan. Affirmation. Victory is mine in perfect time, divine. Victory is mine. That's your affirmation. I'm going to say it one more time. Victory is mine in perfect time, divine. Victory is mine. It's already been written. It is. Oh, I got chills. It's already been written. It's already there. It's already there. It's already been woven, man. Okay, or woman, whomever. It's already been woven. Okay, it's there. It's woven. I don't know what. It's woven. It's meant to be woven, or was woven at a certain point in time, and this is where we're at. We're at that point in time that was woven. Oh, okay. You see, okay. You see how this is 26? Then we go to 6, and then we have 20 here. When you start to really feel and move and believe and know and have wisdom of your self-worth, and acknowledging and accepting yourself, you'll go to cherry on top. But you are being asked. This is an invitation from the divine, from your ancestors, and I mean ancestors. Whatever it is whatever culture you come from, okay? They're asking you to accept the invitation. You are an honored guest. Even though it may be hard, and it is messy, and it's dark, and dirty, and it's just really feels horrible, But you are an honored guest. Okay? And you are being initiated and invited. But why are you turning it away? Okay, let's get some tarot. Let me just get a few cards here, okay? Someone really, really needed those messages. Okay, wait. They want me to wait. They don't want me to use this. Okay. Okay, they want me to use this. Seriously? Okay. Y'all got some stuff going on, okay? And it's going to be alright. You're going to be okay. Okay? You're going to be alright. It ain't going to be easy, but you're going to be alright. Okay. This deck is really big. It's hard to shuffle. Okay. Anything else you want to say, Spirit? The Emperor in reverse. You feel, okay, your ego is getting you trapped into things. And it's not, okay, your ego is trapping you into not stepping into your own power because you're not taking accountability and responsibility for yourself. Okay? You lust for power, or you like to have a lot of power over things, people, places, things, over situations. That's not your job nor your place, and Divine is letting you know right now that's not your place. You can only control you, no one else, nothing else but you. I don't feel like you're doing it because you're a mean person or whomever you, I don't feel like, or crosswatcher, this could be you doing this. I don't feel like this person is doing this because whomever's doing this, I don't feel like it's out of mean, it's out of fear and insecurities. It's not out of hate, but it's out of meanness and fear, or like fear and anxiety and insecurities. It's not, let me take that back. It's not meanness, but it comes off as being very sarcastic, very rude, very disrespectful, very manipulative, very much toxic femininity or toxic masculinity. Okay? Because Libra, you're not balanced. Your scales are out of whack. You guys are justice. You guys are the scales. Okay? You guys, things must be balanced. You like things that are fair. But you're not being fair to yourself. You are creating the imbalance within you because you are not being fair to you. And you allow others to not be fair to you because you believe that's what you deserve. That's not the case. You are also unfair to others because you are projecting that onto them. You're punishing people for what other people had nothing to do with. Now that's not being fair. And that comes with a price. You're doing this, you're doing things, you're operating from a wounded ego here, okay? For some of you. Crosswatcher, you could be experiencing this from Libra. Libra, you could be experiencing this for somebody else, okay? Okay? So, this is someone who has a big ego. Big, big ego. But it's coming from a place of insecurities, fear, anxiety, and lack of responsibility and accountability. Again, there's overindulgence and underindulgence. Ooh, yeah. Someone didn't like to hear that. Someone who's watching this or will watch this is not going to like that message. Oh, well. Click off if you're not ready. Anything else, please? Show me, hold on. Anything else, please? Okay. Yeah, Four of Swords. Retreating. This is your element. You retreat back from success. When things start getting good, you self-sabotage because of a feeling like you're not good enough, even though that you are. And maybe because someone doesn't want to, I feel like also too, someone doesn't want to be controlled by you. Libra, someone doesn't like the fact that you're very controlling. If you were, I don't know if you're with somebody or if you've got somebody in your life, family, friends, love interest, partners, spouses, whatever. This person will pull back from you because of that. You have no boundaries, therefore you don't respect nobody else's. You got to get boundaries, okay? And that comes with healing and knowing your worth. And then you set those boundaries, you set that precedence, okay? But you can get mad all you want about somebody else having boundaries. That's healthy. It's you. If you're disrespecting someone's boundaries or crossing, that's you who's unhealthy and not balanced. But that's no judgment towards you, but it is the truth. If you don't respect someone else's boundaries, it clearly communicates you have none of your own. Illumination. Bird, okay, we've got the sun here, but this is something that needs to be dealt with. Illumination. We got illumination here, illumination here. Yes, false beliefs about yourselves and your environment, and also believing that you're not good enough, although you are enough. You're running away from doing the inner work. You got also, see, you got the illumination here. You're running away from things being illuminated on your path and being illuminated from your deeper childhood traumas here, okay? It's like, seriously, and you're operating from that place. You're operating from the place you don't want to go. And you're going to keep doing that until you deal with it. You can only but go so far. Or you just want to be happy. Okay, well, first you got to know, how do I say this? In order to know what love is, you got to know what love is not, right? If you're always making jokes at your own expense, over your own traumas and over your own pain, you're abandoning yourself, number one. Number two, not everything's a joking matter. Some things are very, very serious. You can only wear a mask for so long. Eventually it drops. And you're seen. Light is being shown. You're being seen here. For you have a broken wing. But that doesn't mean you're broken. It can mend. If you want it to. You need to learn to communicate. You need to learn to communicate. Show me Emperor reverse. Two of Pentacles. Okay, so you're not sure. And that's okay. You're juggling what you should do about this. You're not sure what to do. Should you do this? Should you heal? Should you communicate? Should you deal with stuff? Should you heal stuff? How do I do that? What does that look like? How do I get into the light? I don't know what that means. How do I deal with shadow work? Back and forth, back. Okay, it's okay. You're trying to balance yourself out. You are the scales. There's two, right? You do have a choice to make. Are you making it out of ego? Or are you going to be trying to make it with logic? Because you guys can be very logical too. But you are very emotional, okay? You're like one of the emotional air signs, I feel. You're not like straight logic, okay? Which no zodiac sign is just solid, straight logic, some more than others. But you guys love beauty and harmony and balance and love and nurturing and good food and good art and poetry and philosophy and all that stuff. And you like fairness. Are you being fair to yourself, though? Are you being fair to you? Are you being fair to others? Because you got a wounded ego or a bruised ego here. And you're running away from problems. You're running away from things being illuminated. I can just feel the burning sensation of the hate I'm about to get. So, but that's okay. I'm protected and shielded. Good luck. Four of Swords. Stop abandoning yourself. Stop abandoning things that could be successful for you. And then getting mad because you don't have it. That's nobody's fault but you. Okay? Stop blaming people for your problems. You got to take some accountability and responsibility, okay? Show me Four of Swords, please. Hanged Man. It's time. Stop running away from the sacred pause so you can get enlightenment. You're about to be dragged. Also, too, you might be in a relationship where someone is juggling you or you're juggling them. Okay, someone's pulling back because they're either getting a divorce or is going to get a divorce, or someone doesn't like your ego, or someone doesn't like how you talk to them and treat them and abuse them, because I do feel like you might be verbally abusive. You might even get physical at times. No, I'm not trying to judge anybody, but you need to stop that shit. Especially when someone's been drinking. Okay, that's harsh. Yeah. You do things. You're very, very vengeful. And that's you basically throwing a tantrum. It's time to grow up. You're retreating from a Pisces, or a Pisces retreating from you? You feel rejected or abandoned possibly? I don't know. Yeah, okay. Um, this person could be married, or you are, but not necessarily. Someone could be getting a divorce too. You might be trying to show up and blow up someone's spot. I don't know. You also got Taurus and Aries here. You also have Leo here as well. Things being illuminated. You could also feel like someone's like a little princess. Now that could be a good thing or maybe a bad thing. I don't know. Maybe you put somebody on a pedestal that shouldn't be there. You got to take care of you. Okay? Show me the sun. What's being illuminated? What's being shown? Yeah, Three of Swords reverse. Recovering from heartache and being betrayed. Okay, the sun is literally shining a big old light. Big old light. A big light. Illuminated on your need to recover here. From heartbreak, from betrayal, from not being able to heal, not being able to... It can be past betrayals too, from childhood. This can be betrayals that repeated on a cyclical pattern for most of your life. If this is being highlighted, like I was saying. Thanks, Spirit. Are you listening? Are you listening? This time. Okay. I feel like the messages that need to come through. I'm not even, they don't want me to do guidance here or any particular outcomes here. They want this message to stay as it is, the way it is right now. They don't want any particular outcomes. They want whomever is going to watch this, and this resonates for, you can do this, whether it be Libra or Crosswatcher. It's a solo journey, though. It's a dark one. It's a hard one. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. It is. I don't know. I don't know why I need to say this. I don't know who this is, but you're lovable. And you are loved. But you are lovable. You understand? You are lovable. And you're deserving of love too. Okay. Well, y'all take care of yourself, okay? Bye.